Welcome to Olympian Water Testing, giving you the best in water analysis. Today we're looking at Spectrum News, New York, where we have a report highlights 12 New York City neighborhoods with high lead levels in the water. So if you're in these areas, it's something that you really want to take note of and to make you and your family safe. So Patty Field is a man of a few words, but longtime Maspeth resident leaves no doubt that he's concerned about a new report by the city's independent budget office. And what does he say? I'm not too happy about it, said Field. His neighborhood is among the IVO's dirty dozen communities found to have levels of lead in drinking water above the EPA's guidelines. And the IVO complied with results of lead tests conducted by New Yorkers using free kits they obtained from the city's Department of Environmental Protection. The problem is really mostly confined to older and smaller homes. As we know, lead generally comes from older pipes. That's prior to 1986, when a house may have been built, and that these lead particulates, after the pipes start to corrode, start to get into the water, especially when it sits. And even if the house doesn't have lead pipes, it could have a lead service line, and that's also another issue. And you know, those in the neighborhoods like South Beach, Staten Island, Bedford, Sturzevant, Brooklyn, Riverdale, in the Bronx, Sedan Hubbard, environmental analyst at the IVO, Throngs Neck, Co-op City, Pelham Bay, Kingsburg, Marble Hill, in the Bronx, Ridgewood, and Glendale in Queens. New Springville on Staten Island also made the list. So that's the whole list right there. So that's something you want to take note of. So if you're in South Beach, Staten Island, Bedford, Sturzevant, Brooklyn, Riverdale, and the Bronx, or if you're in Throngs Neck, Co-op City, Pelham, Kingsbridge, Marble Hill, the Bronx, Ridgewood, or Glendale, Queens, New Springville on Staten Island, there's where you want to take a look. Now, what officials said was interesting. They said the problem isn't with the city's water. While the water that's delivered to your home is lead-free, there may be lead pipe fixtures in your house, particularly in older houses built between the 1920s, 1930s, even in the 50s and 60s. The problem wasn't really addressed till the 1980s, said Vincent Sapiza, commissioner of the New York City EPA. Lead pipes were still used in the U.S. until 1961, so any home built up until then could have a potential problem, even with the city's efforts to reduce the risk. For a long time now, the DEP has been adding food-grade oxyphosphate to our water supply, which helps prevent corrosion that may occur in lead pipes. Enfield homes built around 1925. And while he doesn't think there's an issue, he doesn't know for sure. Something Field already does, and he says, I run it for 20 to 30 seconds. So there is some ideas here. You can replace your plumbing fixtures. You can do things like put in a filter. You can run your water, but you can't taste lead. You can't see it. The five senses can't pick it up. And there's been problematic issues in these neighborhoods. So if you live in any of these neighborhoods, if you suspect anything, it's always a good idea to periodically test your water for any levels of lead.